It's lab day on Superchomp. We're making French macarons strong enough for ice cream sandwiches and a 3D selfie stick so you can take stereo video at home. You're watching Superchomp. People seem to be mystified with French macarons like it's an impossible task, but let's break it down. Almonds and powdered sugar pulverized in a food processor, add that to an egg meringue, add either cocoa powdering or food coloring, mix it until it's lava, pipe it out onto circles, let it dry for 30 minutes to 60 minutes, stick it in the oven, they will rise instead of spreading and you'll get those perfect little feet, and that's it. To get your macarons the same size and shape, I would find a 3-inch biscuit cutter and trace it 12 times on 2 pieces of parchment paper. The biscuit cutter is going to do double duty later by letting us cut ice cream pucks that are a perfect fit. So take a cup and a half of almonds and pulverize them in a food processor until it's a fine powder, but not until it's almond butter. Then you want to add in 2 cups of confectioner's sugar slowly until it's a fine powder. For smooth macaroon shells that have no lumps at all, we gotta sift out those little bits that didn't make the cut, and you can use them for something else. If you're making chocolate macarons, now it's time to add 5 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Whisk it all together until it's nice and tan. Just whisk it all together until it's an even brown. Now it's time to make this meringue. Take 5 very large eggs and a pinch of salt. I would use an electric mixer unless you're a boss. Whisk that together until you see soft peaks, and then start adding 2/3 of a cup of sugar a teaspoon at a time until it's dissolved completely. Mix this until it becomes a silky foam. Now it's time to add the almond sugar mixture to the meringue. For me, I turn and scrape about 57 times before it's a perfect magma consistency. Take 2 pastry bags with a thick tip. Clip them to a pot. We're going to divide this slurm evenly between the bags. Pipe this batter onto the rounds of your parchment paper. Now be careful because it's going to spread. Here's the most important part. Let this sit out in open air for 30 to 60 minutes until the tops are dry. This is going to allow the macarons to rise in the oven instead of spreading, and you'll get those perfect little feet. When the tops of the macarons are dry, these are going to go in the oven at 285 degrees Fahrenheit for 18 minutes. After 9 minutes, pull the pans out, rotate them, and stick them back in for another 9 minutes. Once they've cooled completely, they should peel off very easily. Now that you have a couple dozen macaron shells, you can fill them with anything. Icing, ice cream, you can stick them to a cake. I happen to have cut pucks out of buttercream ice cream that I have poured dragon's milk stout into and steeped coffee grounds in. So how do you shoot 3D video at home? In my case, I took 2 digital cameras, stuck them on 2 selfie sticks that are attached to a piece of wood and spray painted black. Start with 2 selfie sticks that are probably in the clearance bin of your local department store. Cut them off right below the mount, but save those sticks because they're going to go on top and use the whole thing like a Steadicam. So take a 24-inch piece of wood and cut it up in 3 pieces and stick it together with hot glue. You're going to drill 4 holes in the bottom, 2 sides for sticks, 2 for the mounts, and then grind a little bit for a 1/4-inch nut in the bottom because once you glue that in there, you can put this whole thing on a tripod. So the best features of the selfie stick are preserved. We have swivel, we have tilt, you can extend the sticks and get really high angles or really low angles. When you're recording 2 videos at once, you gotta make sure that tilt is the same and swivel is the same, and you should clap or snap your fingers to find a wave point that you can synchronize the videos with later. So in compositing software like Adobe After Effects, center cut each image and put them both on a widescreen video canvas. You can put one source on top of the other to line them up and make it a little opaque to make sure they're a perfect match. Wherever they match is where your eyes are going to rest. So how do you preview this video and make adjustments to depth? You can use your phone as a preview display for After Effects or Premiere by using an app called Air Display. Your phone over a USB connection can act as a monitor that shows those split screens. Put that in a Google Cardboard headset, you should be good to go. So in After Effects, to add a little bit of barrel distortion, I use a filter on an adjustment layer called optics compensation on each one at about 20%. The test is complete. I hope you don't have a massive headache. We'll see you next time.